In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Show me that big, beautiful butthole.
You might have needed to do it and just blow all the shit out of it, too.
I just filled it.
Hey,
this
girl,
morning,
you got
'cause I
a
bled it and filled
butthole.
it.
I mean, like, just get all the
fucking
fluid
love
and
that
everything, just
sound.
empty
It's
it
like-
out.
Yeah.
It's all this like complimentary, like your face makes me.
Around. Let me get a look at that ass, girl. I see your butthole.
Show me
God
that
damn, you
big,
got a
beautiful
butthole.
butthole.
Ooh, your butthole.
Did you guys see Jack's stories? And the kid, the guy singing the song about a new daddy and a new mommy.
Yes. Oh, I don't like that.
Dude, Jack's fucking Instagram stories have been fire, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely fire.
Maybe
I
he's
believe it is
water.
time there, kids. Fuck boys. As they like to say, it is time for the Freedom Friends Podcast.
As they are wont to mutter.
Coming at you, not even fucking close to live, from where?
The Warfighter Tobacco Studios.
In
Sunny San Antonio, Texas.
sunny San Antonio, Texas. That's right. Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FreedomFriends. Score yourself that fucking sweet 15% off. And of course, our buddies, owellness.us. See this little CBD pain patch? It's about to go on my gooch.
There
And you know where I got it? owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Score yourself a quarter off your order over there. Do you guys feel weird not wearing headphones?
I don't even
feel
know
naked.
if it's on or not. But you know how? Have you ever like been super fucking hungover and you just like walk outside and you don't know if you're wearing pants? You have to like look. That's how I feel right now because I don't have headphones.
I'm not gonna
No.
lie, it is odd.
I don't know if I've ever been that hungover.
Oh, fuck, you step your game up, bud.
Well,
Those are
No,
rookie numbers,
I'm
pal.
with you. This actually feels odd.
It does.
Like
It
the
feels
whole
weird.
like not hearing
Like you
it.
guys said you were live, and I'm like listening harder, and I
back
still can't hear
to
anything.
John's point. I've never walked out of the house hungover and thought if I'm naked or not. But I have woke up on the outside of the house naked, hungover.
Oh, yeah,
before.
that's different.
And then I walk back in.
That's waking up drunk. That's not
Yes.
waking up hungover. Like leaving your home without pants when you're hungover. That's
Have you guys ever
That's
been
a
to the
level.
like
Opry,
just stretching.
the
you know, it's
Opryland
like-
Hotel? It's
Yes.
like
so,
Yes, I have.
so we
Fucking
got
forever
back.
ago.
So no shit.
Oh, we're just starting off hot. I like it.
get
Let's
into
go.
it.
We got back from our first, or my only deployment, Scott's first deployment, and we did a our brigade ball was at the Opry Mills, whatever
Opryland
the fuck,
Hotel.
Dave?
Opryland Hotel.
we take care of this for me real quick.
So
Carry on.
I had I got a room like a responsible adult, and what I didn't realize is that if you've ever been there, the inside, the rooms face inside, rooms face outside. Well, inside they have like a fucking jungle that you
Yeah,
can like
so
walk
your
through.
balcony, what he's
he's
trying to say is your balcony is still on the inside of the building.
But it looks like it's
a
outside.
holodome.
It's
Yeah.
a dome.
It's a
or-
holodome, yeah.
But it looks like it's outside.
It feels like it's outside.
Feels like it's outside.
There's like
There's
a
even a little breeze.
there's like a it's like staying in a giant terrarium.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
like being in a terrarium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I proceeded to drink my face off like you should at a brigade ball.
As you should.
And the next morning, I woke up to go smoke a cigarette and went out in the balcony, butt ass naked, lit my cigarette up. Saw
Realized
people
you were still
walking around. I
inside.
was inside the hotel. And I was like, "Oh, this is a bad idea."
You know, like, but I think about the, you know, like in the normal scenario where you would have just been outside and it would have been fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, but because there's additional walls.
Why is
No,
it,
because
why
it's
is it still
inside and
fine
there's
being outside?
Yeah, yeah. Like there's highway fucking
Like you
80
don't walk
going by
outside of
yeah,
your
right?
hotel room. That's called catching a charge.
Yes.
no, you're on a balcony.
Well, I think it depends on the height of the balcony. If you're on the second floor of a Holiday Inn, there's not a whole lot of privacy going on there, son.
I think I was on like the 5th or 6th floor.
But so explain to me the
So
balcony.
you're saying that you're high
Is the
enough-
balcony covered? Is it like a closed balcony?
No, it's
or
like
is
a,
it
it's
like
a fucking hotel balcony,
Yeah.
man.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is it like, you know, is
Why
it
did-
stucco or
the
something?
question
or-
This
is,
is fucking
why did you
Opryland,
think it
so
would
they
be
are very
okay
much suicide viable
to walk
balconies.
outside
you can,
naked
you can
onto
just
the
fucking
balcony?
swan dive
That's
off the top
probably-
of that fucking thing.
even if you thought it was outside.
I was probably still drunk.
That's why I sleep in silkies, man. It's always acceptable. It's like, oh, it's just a drunk military guy. He's in Silkies. It's fine.
I was just a drunk military.
I like those
guy, too.
hotels though that the
Forgot my
balcony,
silkies.
that the balcony railing portion either has like that privacy screen or it's solid, so you can like stand there naked.
Yeah.
And it's like, guess, am I naked or am I in swim trunks? Like, which one am I right now?
Give it a shot. Try your best, sir.
Try your best. $1 a guess. What do you got?
So, John,
Yeah,
you weren't with us last week
I was not.
because you were off gallivanting across the country on one or more of your adventures.
I was.
Tell us about it, man. How'd it go?
I was in upstate New York, up by Old Forge in the Adirondacks. I've
From
been
Canada. Got it.
pretty close, couple
Southern
hours
Canada,
away. Couple hours away. I've been going up there since I was a little kid. My dad's been going up there since he was a little kid. His grandparents, and so on and so forth. So
Okay,
my uncle
which one of
actually
the
has-
hosts hasn't figured out that there's a little button on the side of your phone that literally instantaneously silences
Now,
your phone?
First of all,
you guys,
it's
you can't-
Grandpa. You know
and
who
you
did.
can't hear this through the headphones. So just because you heard it now, okay, maybe everybody heard it. I don't care. Sorry.
Continue, sir.
So my uncle actually has a house on one of the lakes up there now. So it's nice because you don't have to go rent a place in theory,
All right, that mob money's finally paying off, huh?
right?
Yeah.
And so it was just it was a cabin on a lake. They got a boat and sailboat and canoe and a paddle boat and all
Isn't
that
that
fun
a horror
stuff.
film?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cabin on a Lake?
Yeah.
but
Good flick.
the most interesting part was it got a little chilly up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got down to like 46 degrees.
So,
And then
chilly.
you walked onto your balcony naked to smoke,
No,
and it was like,
no,
shit, it's
no,
cold as
no.
fuck out here.
Your
it
balls
was
tuck
fine, 'cause-
themselves into your butthole and
Yeah,
come
that
out.
was it.
So
I
there was
was like,
nothing to
"Ooh."
see anyways. It was,
No. But yeah, and then so I was up there hanging out with my dad, and then a house blew up on the lake.
Yeah,
while
tell
we were
that.
there, it was
You
pretty
showed me
interesting.
the video. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I think I got there Thursday evening, and so Friday, I don't know, noonish. I'm just gonna say because I don't know exactly what time it was. We were sitting on the dock. I was just smoking a cigar, just bullshitting, whatever.
of the bay?
Close. Yeah, we were in an inlet.
Were you watching the tides just roll away?
It was a lake, so there wasn't that many. But yeah.
Watching the
So we're
just
sitting
wasting
there,
time, man.
and all of a sudden, there was an explosion. And the easiest way that I can explain it is if you've ever been overseas, they do controlled unexploded ordnance detonations, and they're like 500, 2,000 pounds that they blow up, and it makes a very large boom that you can feel and hear miles away.
And they warn you first
Yeah.
because it's
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
not the apocalypse. This is on
yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there smoking a cigar, and I take a drag, and this fucking house blows up.
well, something blows up.
Something blows up. I didn't know what it was at the time. I just hear this. I feel and hear this amazing loud boom. It was boom, and I blow the smoke out, and I was like, "Well, that's
fuck's
one
in
of
this cigar?"
I was like, "That's one of two things." I was like, "That is a controlled detonation," which I'm about 99.9% sure it's not what happened. Or somebody's massive propane tank just got fucking sent to outer space. So
I'm
we
gonna
did
go with
what
the latter.
we did what any red-blooded American would do. We hopped in a boat and drove down the lake to go see what the fuck happened. And we get down there,
As you should.
and this 2-story house with a basement is completely fucking leveled. Like nothing left of this house. There's shit stuck in the trees. There's 2x4s that are stuck in the houses next
so
to
it was
it.
the heating tank, which would have probably been in the basement,
So everything. So there's no natural gas lines.
right?
Rarely anybody uses oil up there, and it's all like propane.
Right.
And so they haven't released what actually happened yet, but
It doesn't take a forensic scientist to figure
No.
it out.
To realize that, yeah, the giant
propane-
propane tank in your basement probably went.
no, the tanks are outside the house, but propane is heavier than air. So if there's a leak in the house and nobody was in it, it would all settled in the basement or close to it.
Yeah.
And then all it took was one little
Pilot
spark
light
or
pop
something.
and- yeah.
Yep. So thank God, luckily nobody was there. There were 11 structures damaged, and
But
there was
they-
only one person that had mild injuries.
There
and
might have been somebody in there.
Yeah, if there was somebody in there, it just doesn't
Well, they
matter.
don't
because
know anymore.
exist
They
anymore.
don't know anymore. He's on Mars now.
Yeah. He hasn't landed yet.
But there were 2 landscapers that were 20 feet away from the house when it went up.
Holy shit.
And one of them had minor injuries, and that was it.
What,
That
did
was
you
it.
get yeeted into the lake?
Yeah, his ears were bleeding.
Yeah, I know. I can't hear.
He was probably more like,
John.
no
Mom.
comprendo.
Mop. Mop.
Yeah.
John, you showed me a video
Yeah.
of the house actually blowing up. Where did the video come from?
So the video was so my cousin, or
On
both
the
my
Nextdoor
cousins, my
app or
uncle,
some
are
shit?
either firefighters, EMTs, or volunteer fire departments all around the area up there because they're so small they don't have
Sure.
like paid, shit. So through all the people that he knows, he got somebody somewhere had a security camera video that was across the lake from the house, and I don't know how they got it, but they got it. And there's no audio at all, but this thing just
You don't need
it's
audio.
gone.
No,
You don't need audio for
It
this.
is gone.
Oh, is it one of those images where like you can hear the image? Where
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yeah.
holy
Yep.
shit.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's get a reaction of on Jazz. Let's get a reaction on him.
That double
It is
decker
beautiful. Oh, get fucked.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Did you see that? The shockwave blew the fucking thing over.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. Hey, Gum. That's what I'm saying. So if there was somebody in there,
That's one of those videos that's going to hit the internet and be like, there was a surgical strike. Like, if you look right here, that's not a bird. Holy fuck.
That's aftermath, right? That's the 2x4 stuck in the house behind it.
Oh, wow.
It fucking went.
it's legit. It's legit. That's a legit boom, dude.
You know that
Not
insurance
something you
company's
want on a
just going,
fucking Friday afternoon. Oh yeah, like it's,
Dude, and so
no getting around that.
the interesting part about this, and
Insurance can't really give you shit about it.
nobody was
Like-
home. It's not like
oh, no. They're not
Yeah.
going to give you shit, but you know they're looking at, because you said there was 11 structures damaged.
Yeah.
That house is
11 structures,
gone.
2 vehicles, probably I don't know, 6 or 7 boats,
And the
a
landscape,
boathouse.
the landscaper's going to want some
there's a
sort of
golf cart.
settlement.
It's probably a
Here's the
$2
coolest part of
million
it.
home on that fucking.
So there was a
lake, too.
house, and then there was a boat next to the boathouse. So the boathouse is all fucked up. The boat inside the boathouse is all fucked up. The boat that's next to the boathouse, the grill that was behind the house, shot through the fucking windshield and is now in the back of the boat.
Sounds to me like that boat owner just got himself a new grill.
Right? Yeah, everything got all.
Highly recommended Traeger.
Yeah.
So
Give us money.
The
God
day,
damn it.
the day before that, when we were driving up there,
What's the
there
ballistic
was like a
coefficient of a
little
trigger?
tiny. There was a little tiny fender bender in like the town that is right down the street, and they had a fire truck, 3 ambulance, 4 cop cars. They had flares set up. They had all this shit. And I'm like, well, they got to justify their budget somehow. Less than 24 hours later, we're sitting there and this fucking house skyrockets, and we're like, oh shit, like. So then we get
Like,
to
fuck,
talking.
I'm out of flares. I used it on the fender bender yesterday. Fuck.
So then we get to talking about.
Was there a fire they had to put out, or there wasn't?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, was
Yep.
there? Oh, okay.
And it took them, I don't know, a good hour to put it
Oh,
out.
okay.
Probably.
Yeah,
we were
propane-
sitting there on the boat watching it as they were doing
Propane
it.
fire would be fucking
Well,
rowdy.
for 2 seconds, but then if there's nothing to burn because it all went to the neighbor's house,
Yeah,
like I didn't know if there'd be much left to actually
Just be a big fireball.
and then gone. Yeah.
then
no,
gone.
there was when we started going over there, there
theory.
was barely any smoke, and then all of a sudden something kicked up, and then it was on fire, and they had to come
wow.
put it out. But so then we started
Debris.
talking about the crazy things that have happened over the years up there while we've been up there.
Yeah.
Last
movies
year,
about cabins on the lake.
last year, when my dad was up there, there was a fucking double murder. Right?
Why
What
did
are
your
some?
uncle buy a house there?
Huh?
Wait.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This place sounds horrible.
No, it's beautiful.
Things explode, people die.
I've seen a movie.
That
about
happens
this.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Was it like
It's a horror
Lake-
film
Lake
called
Placid?
Cabin on the Lake.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's Cabin in the
That
Woods.
shit happens everywhere, though.
It
I do
does.
think it's weird that every time something happens, though, remember your family's there, John.
I know.
Hey, how-
I wasn't.
John, how clear is the water?
It's decently clear, but it's
Just scuba dive it.
Like if you
No,
put
there's
like,
grass and
like
shit
if
on
you
the
put
bottom,
a-
so
if
you
you put a
can't-
mannequin like say 5 feet underwater with
oh, you totally see it,
the
and
hockey
it would
mask
just be
on.
deep enough to be like, what the fuck?
all right.
That's hilarious. Why
Gotta
don't you
go
scuba
to
dive
those
it?
Huh?
Why don't you scuba dive it?
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
'Cause the same reason I didn't go fucking swimming in it. It's goddamn cold. I told you it's 46 degrees
Yeah, I,
out.
was saying, I talked to him on the phone and he was like, dude, it got to 46 degrees. I was like, that's legit. That's chilly.
It's chilly.
Like if you're coming from here, where it was like 94 today.
The last
True.
morning, actually, Scott calls me and he's like, "You sound like you're on a boat right now." I'm like, "No, about to go out on it though," because it was the only day where it was like 70. So we go out there, and the whole thing, I was like, "I'm either gonna wakeboard, ski, kneeboard, something. I'm gonna get in the water because it's finally nice out and everything." We get out on the lake, and when you're going with the wind, it was nice because the wind was going the same speed as the boat. When you turn into the wind, it was cold as fuck.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're going with the wind, and I'm like, you know what? I might fucking do this. So we turn around, and I'm sit back down. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm not getting in the water right now. It's cold.
Not doing
as fuck.
that. That sounds terrible.
But other than that, hiked a couple mountains, hills.
He also
whatever you
took an
wanna call 'em.
adorable picture.
I did. I'm waiting.
That is
So my
an
dad
adorable
actually
picture.
has the negatives from the original picture, and so I'm gonna have it printed out again.
So to give people context, there's a trend running around right now of people taking childhood pictures either with their siblings or their
And
parents
reenacting.
or whatever, and they're going back, and it's 20, 30 years down the line,
This is 30 years.
and they're getting the exact same picture. Well, as close to the exact same picture as they can. They're matching outfits, body
Yeah.
position, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Luckily, the
I have one
original
of me and
picture
my
for you
ex-wife.
had to do with this giant rock formation.
That's my ex-wife.
But yeah, you have the picture of the exact same body positions and everything at this rock
so-
formation at this same lake. So it's
So up by Old Forge, there's a mountain up there called Bald Mountain. On the top of it, they have a fire watch tower. And so when I was a kid, we used to climb up the mountain. It's like a 2-mile trail, and it's not.
I've done enough fire watching towers. I'm all set.
The look on your dad's face said to me, "This is retardedly funny."
Yeah, pretty much.
that was that goofy dad entertainment where he was just like, "This is so dumb,
Yeah.
but I'm here for it."
Yeah,
Like,
but,
it's just
He's into it.
And so,
It's a dad joke in a picture.
so when I was in Boston, my dad has that picture on his fridge. So I took a picture of it, and then when we're up there, I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna go hike Bald Mountain." And my whole thing was like, "We need to redo this picture again."
Yeah.
And so we started hiking up the mountain, and then I realized that my dad's a fucking badass. He's 67 years old, and he fucking hiked this. Like, people were turning around, like weren't going all the way to the top, and he's just trucking along. Fucking
Yeah.
fell, skinned his knee up a bunch. He's like, whatever.
never underestimate old man
Yeah.
strength.
Old man strength's
like,
not
fuck
to be
yeah.
fucked with, dude.
Never
The
underestimate
first
old
time
man
you
strength.
fucking try to challenge him, you're going to wake up to an EE fucking G machine beeping. An EKG machine. Do you know what makes a joke a dad joke? When it's a parent.
That's funny.
Got that little gem yesterday. I
That's
was
good.
like,
That was solid.
oh. I was like, do I call Jazz now or do I wait to do it on the show?
That was solid.
That's a good one.
I'm logging that one away. I appreciate a good dad joke, man.
I
I'm a
got some
fan.
phone calls over the weekend.
I'm sorry.
I got
What'd
two. I got two Freedom Friends checked in on me and wished me a
Yes.
hey, happy shitty at dodgeball day there,
Oh.
Mikey. Jazz, thank you very much for
You're
calling
very
me
welcome.
and
Celebrating
telling
your,
me.
the
And
enemy
Dave,
marksmanship badge.
also, thank you for the text, my friend.
I thought about you coming here too because I was on 35 and I looked down at the GPS in my car and it said Purple Heart Trail. And I was like, hey,
Yeah.
Mikey's got his own road.
Yeah. I live in a Purple Heart City.
Purple Heart state of mind.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so appreciate you, boys.
What can I get hit by today?
But while Jazz called me, my lovely wife was picking up heavy shit. She went
I saw
to
that.
a strongman competition, took third.
Nice.
And it was just like a walk-in thing. It was like, come if you want to, if not,
And I think it's
whatever.
awesome and she did really well, but I did make some jokes.
Yeah, Jazz and I were cracking jokes about it. Yeah, they were funny. They were like,
They were funny. I admire it and I couldn't have done fuck all that she did. Like there's no way. I couldn't have done any of it.
yeah, Haley outlives Jazz. I'm fucking positive of that. But still, but the jokes were still fucking solid. We were like, what would we say? We're like,
Well, there was like, she's at a strongman competition up in New Braunfels, and I was like, or wherever, Austin or whatever she
yeah.
was, and I was like, good for her. And I was like, but there's no fucking way I'm driving all the way to Austin to watch people lift half as much as strongmen. Like I'm, like,
it was like,
what is she
if they
doing?
throw pony
it's
cakes?
throwing those little Heineken party kegs over the fucking.
Yes.
Yeah, we were cracking jokes. Although, to be fair, nor Jazz or I would fucking do that
Oh, we
shit.
got
at all.
smoked all fucking
we'd been
day.
fucking
I wouldn't even
smoked
been close.
100%. But
I would
those
have
who can't do,
participated.
teach. Those who can't teach gym or talk shit. And that's
Yeah.
what we were doing.
100%. It's like sports commentators.
Yeah, right? That's
Like, do you ever
why Tony Romo's better at this than he ever was at football.
Watch an NBA basketball game. The commentators are both like 5'6" white dudes.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know why? Because they can't fucking play the sport, but they're gonna sit there and talk all day about like,
Sure.
well, I'm not really sure how I made it out of the draft with plays like that. And it's like, motherfucker, go do one lap. Let's just see how you're doing. Like,
Let's see you do a full court press there, fucking
Yeah, but-
Jeeves.
I'm still there for it though. Like, I'm still there for it.
Fucking A. No, but she's really good, man. She's really good. She fucking, like, she'd never pulled a truck before. Fucking took like second in that. She fucking almost got 345.
Those Power Wheels
up
are
on
heavy,
deadlift.
man.
I saw the almost attempt.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Those Power Wheels are heavy when all those battery packs get in them.
Fucking I, dude. Well, so in that video of her fucking pulling the truck, the guy's got his brakes on. Like you can see the brake lights come on, and I'm like, what the fuck is this dude hitting the brakes? Like what the fuck? Like thought that was a little odd. I don't know.
She got that Tonka moving.
Yeah, right. That bitch fucking going.
Throw the brakes into the Tonka and just be like, all right, hold on.
Wow.
No, I think it's awesome. Like,
No,
I'm
she
impressed.
crushed it.
I'd never do it.
Fuck no. No.
I'd never do it.
That shit at all.
It's not even like I can't do it. It's just like I have no desire.
Yeah. I'll just say it. I
will,
can't do it.
I will never compete because I'm too heavy.
Yeah.
And it puts me in the category of the guys that can pick up really fucking heavy shit.
Same, dog. Same. Like, I would never do it because I can't do what they do.
No,
Yeah.
there's no way.
It'd be like
I'd have to
fucking,
train
like-
for years.
Like you and me, it would be in like Obi's fucking division.
I'd
It's
walk
like,
up next to him and be like, fuck you, dude. Like, I
like,
quit.
I'm
I'm
not
out.
even.
I already know I'm fat. I
He
don't need a
finishes
last
his reps,
place
comes
to
over
prove
and
it.
finishes your set for you, and he's like, there you go, bud.
He's like picking you up with your weight.
I'm holding the bar. He's just picking me up.
It's like,
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
No, but it's fucking good on her. Good on her. And she was like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, fucking nothing. I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
So I effectively did fuck all this weekend.
Nice.
Even keel. Just nothing. Yeah.
I almost got into a road rage fight this weekend.
You?
What?
What?
You
you go
believe
to
it
the
or
bank
not?
again?
Do tell.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
So I am.
Actually, we went to the bank today, but I dealt with the teller.
Because his face is probably on a fucking board in there.
He's taped to the desk behind the teller thing. Like,
What?
don't help this dick.
No, I was driving back from. We went to the river this weekend. Driving back, and this guy is just on my ass, right? Like, I mean, like on my bumper.
Was it a Dodge Ram?
It actually was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tow mirror's out.
No, it was a small Ram.
Oh.
But
It doesn't matter. If it was a Dodge Ram, he was tailgating you.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause-
So I'm driving and I'm coming up to the four-way stop, like the intersection, right? Coming up to the four-way stop, so I have to slow down. So I'm slowing down. As I'm slowing down, I'm watching this guy because he's right on my ass. He's flipping me off as I'm slowing down. So I kind of brake checked him a little, like you do,
As you should.
right? And then he fucking lost his shit. So we actually get to the stop sign, and I just shut the fucking car off and got the fuck out. I'm like, what in the fuck is your problem? I was so pissed. Like, get off my fucking ass. And he gets out, and I was in the right mindset where I'm like, I am gonna fucking kill this guy.
wait a minute. Were you in the truck or the car?
I was in the car.
Oh,
It
okay.
does not happen in the truck.
Well, no.
No, nobody's gonna fuck with me in the
That's
truck.
because your truck's a giant truck.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in the
It's
car.
also got a piece of steel on the back of it that if you got too close, I don't care what you drive.
I'll brake check you and I will win. Like, I'll walk away from that shit.
Not so much in the Lincoln.
No.
Yeah.
No. So Michelle did the right thing. She sat there and didn't try to stop me.
Oh, good girl.
Yes. But the dude's passenger was his either girlfriend or wife, and she's losing her fucking mind. Get the fuck back in the truck. Oh my God, you're such an asshole. Like, I'm hearing this, right? So
You or to him? Okay.
You're like, you better do what you're told.
Right? So
Bitch came back
he
in the car
just,
before I opened my
Good
wife's
puppy.
door.
well, he saw my door open and he was out before I was. And so I'm like, oh, it's on, right? So I get out and he's like, oh fuck. And then so he gets back in his truck. And
Let
I'm
me
still,
get seated at one of these.
no, we were screaming at each other. I was so pissed. But I'm stopped at the four-way, and it's at this time, it is there's traffic on all four fucking ways, right?
Yeah.
So I get back in the car, and before I got to turn back on and ready to go, he's going around me over the little island shit, around the stop sign, and everybody in the intersection's honking at this guy. And he's still flipping me off, and he fucking goes because people are like, what the fuck's this guy doing? So I go through the stop sign. I'm behind him now, right? Which is a better place to be.
Sure.
I just put my cruise control back on and he's up and riding somebody else's ass, right? Well, I'm going like 60 and a 55. So he was just trying to fucking haul ass. Well, nobody drives fast on that fucking road ever. So about 2 miles up, I catch up to him, pulled over to the side of the road, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's on. And then I realize that they're switching drivers. She must have been screaming at him, like, pull the fuck over, I'm fucking driving. But I thought he was there waiting for me, right? So I'm like, I'm just going to fucking
Game
run him
on.
over. Like, I don't give a fuck. Right? like if he like, I'm not going to get out again. I'm just going to hit the fucker. And,
I'm like, thump, thump. Whoops.
yeah, oops, sorry. But they're switching drivers.
Michelle, open your door. 3, 2, 1.
So they switch drivers and then they're behind me again. I'm like, okay. But she fucking fell back, and
Not riding your ass.
not riding my ass and wasn't a piece of shit.
Because his wife's clearly fucking
Logical.
not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on one of my flights to New York, I watched this movie that came out in 2020. It was called Unhinged.
I just watched it.
You should watch it.
I
It
just
is
watched
about
it.
road rage. Oh,
I
you did?
I just watched it because Jim and Julie came over the next day. I told them the story.
Yeah.
Jim's like, you got to watch Unhinged.
Yeah.
That night I did.
I hadn't seen it.
And my
Seen it?
biggest
I haven't seen
question
it. Neither.
is, how did he put on that much fucking weight?
Right? Fuck.
What's
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Oh,
was-
Russell Crowe just got fat.
Yeah, he just
Shut-
got fat.
No.
In this movie,
He was
No,
just
there was
gigundous.
there was some role that he did.
It had to be this one.
No,
And he
there was
just
a
was
role that
happy
he
with
did.
it? Is
No,
it
it was
gonna live like
before.
this from
It was a
now on?
couple years ago. He put on a bunch of weight for some role.
It had
I
to
can't
be
remember
this.
what it was.
stayed.
He literally doubled.
No, and then he just never got rid of it and just kept blowing up.
He doubled
Just
his what he used to look
Google
like.
Russell Crowe in Unhinged. He is twice the person he
Yeah.
usually is.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays a good role
It
in
was
it.
fucking. That was a great
Yeah.
movie.
He got big.
Yeah.
So I saw this date night idea on the internet, and I always
Uh-oh.
called you about it.
Okay.
So the date night idea
Just
is
like
Does that
date
even
night
look
for-
like Russell Crowe?
that looks like the guy that ate Russell Crowe.
Right?
So I saw this date
Yeah.
night idea, and it was literally
Is this like date night for like you and the old lady, or date
Yeah,
night
yeah,
for
yeah.
like me and you?
well either way.
okay.
I think it would actually work either way.
Oh, okay.
So the deal is that you go out on your date, but you go look for another couple to get into a couple's fight with.
Oh,
Like on
okay.
purpose?
So it's like a 2-on-2 like fucking brawl. Yeah, like a tag team match in public. And I was like, oh, I should call Mikey. Like,
Me and Haley would be so good at that.
I was like, so the date is literally you go out as a couple and you look for another couple to get to throw hands with. And like,
That's
it just be like,
stupid.
Dude, Haley and I would fucking rule at that.
I was like,
You can have Haley start it with the dude.
Oh yeah. She'd probably beat up half the fucking dudes.
Yes.
I was like, I should call Mikey. And then it was the same thing. I was like, I could call Mikey. Or I could wait and talk about it on the show.
Right?
So-
See,
Yeah.
this is what this show's fucking done to us.
Yeah,
It's
right?
like, hey, I really need to tell John this.
But I'm going to wait a week.
But it could be this could be really good content.
But I was sitting there thinking about it and I was like, what happens if we went on a double date?
Oh, fucking wrecking house.
Or just fucking,
know-
just steel cage match.
Dude, you and
No.
I are married to some fucking thoroughbreds, all right? Like they
true.
fucking
My wife has told me stories about fucking fights and shit she's been in.
Dude,
That girl is rowdy. Like there isn't like she's not gonna sit there and square off. She was like, yeah, the last fight I got in, I grabbed her by her hair, bounced her off of a wall, and then hoofed her right in the box. And then as she dropped, I
As you
proceeded
should.
just to kick her in the gut. I was like,
Haley won't throw. She
Fuck.
won't pull hair. She'll just fucking straight. Whap, 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 whap.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
she'll
she
fucking
didn't-
two-piece a bitch.
apparently she didn't pull her hair. She just grabbed her, like scruffed her ass, and just went bing, and
Yeah.
then hoofed her right in the box. And I was like, holy shit.
Haley tells me, she told me this story about her and her friend Lauren. And Lauren apparently pulled her shoe off one time. It was her friend Aaron. Aaron pulled her shoe off and fucking was trying to stab bitches with her stiletto. Their heel and shit. And I was just
That's some
like,
Baltimore shit right
dude,
there.
no,
God
no,
damn.
that's
this-
not just
and
Baltimore.
this girl Erin is like this tiny little fucking blonde Greek girl, just tiny, adorable little put you in your
Those are the
put
ones
her
you
in
gotta
your
worry
pocket.
about.
Crazy bitch, right? And then her best friend Lauren always tries to get her in fights. Like every time they went out, she'd be talking shit, then she'd be like, Haley will fuck you up. And Haley's like, what the fuck? Hey, this is on you, dude.
I'm trying to drink my cocksucking gin and tonic.
Yeah, right? Like, what the fuck? No, Haley,
So
I watched Haley throw a shoulder into a
left,
bitch
right,
one
and
time.
hoof somebody in the box, because you called it a 2-piece and a biscuit.
Absolutely.
Nice.
If you tink tink and then a funk. Yeah.
In a what?
And a funk.
Like
It's a good noise.
I would like to rename that move.
Two-piece and a
Like
biscuit.
left, right, fucking boot to the box.
Number 2 at Popeyes.
Yeah. 2 pieces of biscuit.
Popeyes number 2.
Yeah.
Put some spicy on that bitch.
I'm about to go fucking Bojangles breakfast.
Number 2 at Popeyes.
Oh, fuck, man. How was your weekend, Scott?
He just talked about his weekend.
Well,
man.
there was that.
He road rage and went to the river.
Yeah.
Did you fucking pay attention?
I went to a concert this weekend, actually, too.
Yeah,
I almost forgot.
Friday night, Jim and I went out. And
Yeah.
we bar hopped River Road. That was kind of fun.
Nice.
And they ended up at the bar across the street from Whitewater,
The
which is
River
where I was for
Rose.
the concert.
Oh,
Which we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that I even got tickets until
what concert was it?
Whiskey Myers. None of y'all
Unfamiliar.
know. It's Texas country.
Okay.
But what I did find out is the songs that they have that are played on the radio and Spotify and all that kind of shit are like Texas country. Like there's a little bit of rock thrown in there. There's a good storyline.
What, like Asleep at the Wheel style?
Kind of, yeah. At the fucking concert, they probably only played like 9 or 10 songs. But they played for like 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
And they have 2 lead guitarists, and holy fuck can they play.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did they so they played in Texas. But was there a fiddle in the band? Because if you want to play in Texas,
It's true.
you've got to have a fiddle
Not
in
in
the
this
band.
one, actually. There wasn't.
true.
They had a little mini guitar.
Then it
one of
wasn't
their
Texas
songs. It was
country.
pretty good.
A mandolin.
Yeah.
He's got a mandolin.
I do have a mandolin.
Fucking random as shit.
Do you know how I got that mandolin?
No.
So I had that mandolin.
I was at his house one time and I was like, why do you have a mandolin? He's like, I don't know.
No, actually, so my production company, we were renting this property that we were operating the production company on, and this one day we got this Amazon package that showed up, and what was in it was a karaoke amplifier and a mandolin.
Done.
We didn't order it; it just showed the fuck up, and we like literally held on to it, thinking like somebody's gonna show up for this shit or like something, like we're gonna get a return or whatever. Nope, nothing. I haven't contacted Amazon. They were like, "Oh, missed delivery."
Like, do
That was it.
you want it back?
So now I have a mandolin, and
What's the instrument that looks like bamboo that you turn it upside down and it makes that really weird noise?
it's a rain stick.
yeah.
A rain
It's
stick.
not really an
rain
instrument.
stick. Okay, a rain stick. I
Yeah.
don't know why that came into my mind, but,
Could be rip and didge too.
but I think to compliment your
You seem a little
mandolin.
more like a didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Right.
Jazz, what'd you do this weekend?
Took the wife fucking Halloween shopping.
Yeah, she's really into spooky one
Wow.
already.
You
Yeah.
guys
That
know
time
it's
already?
like barely August.
Yeah.
right?
No, it didn't matter. That shit clicked over July, and she was
Yep.
like, "Spooky month." I was like,
Yeah,
"What?" She was like, "The
she's-
council of white bitches got together. We have declared that it is spooky month."
She
I was
told me
like,
the same
"What?"
shit at work. She's like, it's fucking spooky time.
I was like,
she's like, I'm on
all right.
it. I was like,
It doesn't
okay.
say we're like 90 days out.
Have you ever met Kaylin?
Yeah,
you
I
know,
have,
you
but-
can
No,
argue
so
with her?
now literally the centerpiece in my table now is like 3 black candlesticks and a skull with flowers coming out of the top of it and shit. Like, yeah, it's like full
What'd
on.
she name it? Like Posh Spooky or something?
Oh, if she's named it, I didn't.
She named it. I don't remember what it was.
I didn't get that. But she did make a new sign that is now hanging on the wall in my house.
She told me she
That
made
says,
fun of a live, laugh, love.
And it says, lapse, loathe, lament.
Yeah.
My favorite one was I have a Glock in my Rari, but it's all in cursive, like the live, laugh, love.
Nice.
Yep.
But so she made that and took her spooky month shopping. She got some new decorations and so on and so forth.
Decoration.
I think for Halloween we should all dress up as other holiday figures, like the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus.
Dibs on Santa.
I'm calling dibs on Santa.
Oh, Santa's fat,
I'll be
motherfucker.
back by then, dog. You'll be all right.
I don't want to be
should-
Santa.
You boys want peach?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you should be an elf, and he should be Santa.
I'll just be a surly elf. Just, we're gonna be like,
Like a drunken asshole elf?
I'll go to you with your,
Perfect.
I'll go to your Santa appearances with you, and you're like, "Hey, could you get me?" I'll be like, "Fuck off, Santa."
No.
Be like, "Don't mind him. That's Carl."
Let's Carl. He went to the special elf school. Had a smoking area and a nursery in it. You know what I mean?
He was the no student left behind elf,
Yeah, they didn't meet a quota. Sorry.
Yeah.
the EO elf.
That was my school. Had a nursery, You could take fucking nursery as an elective.
My
Go
high
in there and
school-
play with kids.
My high school had
My high school.
we had an alternative campus.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was an alternative school.
Nursery was like plants and shit.
Yeah,
in
that's
my
when I
school.
was in high school.
No, this was
In this
for-
case, it was a daycare because there was lots of teen pregnancy in my area.
Sucks
We
growing
also-
up in Baltimore.
This was in New Mexico, bro.
That's
So,
even worse.
We had all these students that went to alternative schools.
Yes.
Because I was living in a suburb of Pittsburgh. And all the kids that I went to high school with, all their parents and shit worked for like Bayer Pharmaceutical and like Pittsburgh Steel. And they were all execs that lived out there. So what you had was a bunch of like upper middle class and upper class rich white kids with nothing better to do. So like it was just rampant drug use and teenage pregnancy all through this like high-end high school. But man, I moved there from Texas and they were like, oh, look at the country boy. I get there. Everybody's walking. The girls dipped. And they all spit into the carpet on the floor of the fucking high school
Classy.
and like rubbed it in with their feet and shit. I was like, Jesus. Everybody's walking around in flip-flops with Blackfoot and shit. I was like, you fuck. I was like, yeah, the country boys here from, and I moved there from Humble, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston.
Yeah.
And at the time, Houston was 4.5 million people. I think it's like 7
bigger
million
than
now or some
Pittsburgh.
shit. Pittsburgh has 300,000 people in it.
It's bigger than Pittsburgh.
I moved there and they literally, the dude asked me, he's like, where are you from? I was like, I moved here from Houston. I didn't tell people Humble because nobody knows what the fuck Humble is.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was like, I moved here from Houston. They're like, oh, how do you like the big city? And I was like, Houston's not bad. You just kind of have to like know when to go downtown and like when to not. And, he's like, no, I'm
Like,
talking
no,
about Pittsburgh. And I was like,
we're like twice the size
like,
of you guys.
are you fucking serious? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, what's Pittsburgh, the greater Pittsburgh area? 500,000? I was like, there's 4.5 million people in Houston. I was like, I came from a suburb that had 300,000 people in it. Like, my high school had 7,000 students. I was like, big city. I was like, you motherfuckers got to 1987 here and stopped.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every set of high tops and IROC Z's all went to Pittsburgh. And like,
That'll
you
come
want to know what
somewhere.
happened to Camaro IROCs? Why you can't? Nobody knows what
They're all
happened.
in
They all
Pittsburgh.
just disappeared.
Now
They
I know where to
all
look.
went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. If you ever need parts out there,
They're all
go to
rust
Pittsburgh.
buckets now.
I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and was able to source an El Camino. Like everything just went to fucking
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
If you could source an El Camino in the late 90s, like that's
Yeah, exactly.
that's impressive. Yeah.
So everybody's walking around with freaking high tops with the full inflated tongue because they were only like lacing it up to the mid and then like letting the whole tongue flop forward with
As
skinny
you-
jeans.
as you
and
did
shit.
back then.
I was like,
Were they tight
my
rolling their jeans?
God, oh,
Are they still tight rolling?
dude, it was still acid wash and shit. It was crazy.
Shit's coming back, man.
Fuck, man.
Pittsburgh's in the know now. Look at that.
They're right there, metropolitan area now.
Fucking Pittsburgh, dude.
Speaking of Baltimore, though, the wife and I started watching The Wire again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Great show.
Fucking so good.
It's fucking accurate. Accurate
Yeah?
as fuck.
Really?
Yes, dude. I know that area, and it is fucking. Well, I know that area. I don't go to that area.
You ever watching the behind the scenes stuff on The Wire?
Yeah.
And how like sketchy it was to actually shoot that show because they were shooting it like on location.
Dude, there
and they
are-
were like, dude, the amount of real cops that we had around to shoot a fake cop show was insane
Yeah.
because we were like, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Well,
Matter of fact,
and
my
then-
buddy Alan, who is a fucking freedom friend, was one of those cops on that set.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just making sure
They
that
didn't portray the
people on
cops
set
in the best
didn't
light.
Just a fucking peer.
But
So
Yeah, they're not big fans of cops in that mall that's in that Mall Dawn and Mall.
yeah,
That place sketchy. Had a buddy of mine, my buddy Luke, was a
I got fluid right here.
I just filled them all, John.
my buddy.
Every
Did you bleed 'em
fucking
first?
one of them. Did.
That's why there's a lovely assortment of lighters in front of me. My buddy Luke was a armored car driver. He used to have to deliver to that mall. And like there was a number of times where he had to pull his little 6-shooter out and be like, "Get the fuck back!"
Armored car driver.
You're talking about the video.
Yes.
Yes.
And it came out a couple months ago. It's not even really that recent. But the dude.
oh, that older dude that was like fucking
so
rock
do you
solid.
know the
during it?
history behind that dude?
That dude wasn't phased at all.
So if I remember
They're
right,
in
that
another
dude
country. I think it was Venezuela or something.
But
Yeah.
that dude was prior.
South
South Africa.
Yeah,
Fuck
South
that
Africa.
place.
He's prior soft community and then contractor forever. And then he was over there doing this shit. And clearly, if you watch the video, you can tell that he's been in situations like that before.
Because that dude didn't give a fuck.
That motherfucker put that truck in gears that truck didn't even know it had.
You can also tell
12 speed?
You can also tell that his buddy that was the passenger
never seen
himself
was
anything.
never in a situation like that before.
But the best part is he's fucking just jamming gears, gets the fuck out of the area, stops, grabs his rifle, and gets the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, cool. I'm gonna set a baited ambush on you. Like, let's go, motherfucker.
right,
like, I love this guy.
I don't know how to.
that dude
what do
is
you,
next level.
The listeners, how do you tell them to search that video?
Fucking
Look up South African armored car.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it'll pull up.
It's a great video.
Oh, a producer team is telling us that it just played.
Yay.
Just now.
Hey,
Look at
hey.
fucking high speed.
Technology.
It's the video you just watched.
That's what we saw here.
Unless
everybody.
you
You just
listen,
watch if you went to
Yeah.
YouTube.
if you
then,
if you went
yeah.
to YouTube.
But if you're not
And
on
while you're at
YouTube,
YouTube, you should hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, so in order to watch this video, go on YouTube and search the Freedom Friends. And then
you know
start,
that the show you've been listening to
and
for the
then
last 45
start
minutes.
at the earliest video you can find, and you have to watch all of them. And in one of those videos, we put it.
Yep. That's how you find
It's
it.
only like
That's how you find it.
300 hours worth of content you
That's
got to
fine.
get through. You'll be fine.
You'll be right. So I watched a video earlier of Governor DeSantis.
Okay.
If this motherfucker runs for president, he's got my vote, dude.
yeah,
Fucking straight up.
Agreed.
Just straight the fuck up. Like what he said today, I was like, this fucking guy gets it.
Well, enlighten us.
So the Biden administration, and you know me, I'm not
Hey, look, here's the only rule I'm going to lay down if we're going to talk about politics. Do it and don't bash another politician.
we will never just say fuck Biden.
I'm not gonna bash
or his
anybody. I'm gonna say
administration or
a
any
fact.
of that.
Okay. I'm cool
So
with that. I just don't want to do the whole
The current administration
yeah.
is stating the possibility of mandatory vaccinations, and then you have to show your vaccine card to basically, essentially,
Do anything.
participate
Show me
in
your
society.
papers.
Oh, like Nazi Germany.
We're getting there.
Okay.
All right. So,
I know we are. It's a fucked up country we live in right now.
and then also, he's saying children need to wear masks. He's wanting to mask up kindergartners again. And he wants people at home to wear masks around their children. And Governor DeSantis there in Florida was just like, no, I'm going to stand in your way because I'm not going to let you dictate how people parent their children, dictate the lives of Florida children. He's talking about people in Florida, obviously. He's like, he goes, and if you're so worried about COVID, why are you opening the borders and letting all these new variants roll through? So until you fix the border problem, I don't want to hear anything about COVID out of your mouth. He's like, Florida is fine. We don't need you.
He said that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
So, the video I watched today,
Yeah.
and he was
so
like,
the press release you're talking about, the press junket that he held was a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago.
yeah,
And he was
like, I'm going to stand in your way.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like,
To take
motherfucker.
rights away
So
from
now,
people.
do you know that he did an executive order for the state of Florida to it's punishable by law if anybody mandates masks or anything like that.
Well, what he said, he goes,
Well, our
if
governor
you're wanting
did it
people,
too.
yeah,
So our governor didn't hold a press junket, but he did do an executive order for the state
Yep.
of Texas that no local governments, any government-sponsored business or government-affiliated business, like none of it,
Yep.
you cannot mandate mask wearing.
correct.
Which this is still Texas, so if you are a private entity and you want to make that a policy for your private institution,
No nuts, it's freedom.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I saw a meme
But
today.
he made a good point in this presser though. He was like, if you're expecting people to show their vaccination papers in order to participate in society, but not show ID in order to
vote.
vote in elections,
that's the big argument.
you're
right now.
fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, got him.
Well, it's a
I was
really,
like-
it's a
it was
really,
like-
really hard argument to make, right?
It is
It's like,
hard.
oh, you want to go into Walmart, you better have your vaccination card. But if you want to vote for the president, you can do that without any sort of identification at all.
Yeah.
It's really hard to try and make that argument.
And people
it's-
are like, well, that's two different things. We're talking
It's
about
not.
public health. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're talking about public control.
you're also
Yeah.
talking about the health of the nation. Like,
Yeah.
I saw a meme today, and it took me a minute to figure out what it was trying to tell me.
Words are hard.
Right?
Yeah.
But it was raining, and two people were walking.
Yes.
One had an
My
umbrella,
favorite
one
one.
did not have an umbrella. And the one with the umbrella said, hey, if you're not going to use yours, mine's not going to work. And they were relating it to the masks, right?
Sure.
Like if you don't wear
Or
your
vaccines
mask,
or anything related to
right?
COVID.
Like the people who don't get vaccinated and don't want to wear masks, they're taking a personal responsibility for whatever might happen to them. They're not relying on the rest of society to try to protect them. So for you to want me to wear a mask to protect you when you're wearing a mask, like it makes no sense.
No, totally. Now
I
there is a
want to walk in the rain.
There is a meme post whatever that's running around right now about. I know you haven't done it, but you should because you know for the protection of yourself and others around you and da 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 da. Go buy a firearm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now. You
I
haven't done it yet.
support
da, da,
that.
Yeah.
I'm all about people going to buy a firearm. I have a problem with this, and we can absolutely debate it. I don't really care.
Let's debate that. I got comments here.
I have a problem with the statement on it because it's going into the mindset that you are carrying a firearm to protect other people. If you are carrying a firearm, you are not a fucking cop.
right.
Yeah.
You do not get to sit there and go gunslinger in the middle of a Starbucks to protect those around you. That is a personal protection weapon. Personal
Now,
protection
however,
weapon.
the laws apply if you're stopping a rape or a murder with the use of your own personal weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
That's
but
acceptable.
Stopping a robbery
Right.
because you're carrying a gun.
Exactly.
Them bitches are insured. I'm all
Yeah.
set. I'll sit here
Do
quietly.
do not try to argue with me about you're carrying a weapon to protect me. That is a concealed personal protection weapon. I will never buy into the whole like I carry a weapon to keep you safe.
And concealed carry, right? Or whatever.
Open carry, I don't
carrying
care
a
what it
firearm,
is. Yeah.
no matter what, you should be trained in the use of that, right?
100%.
Sure.
Now, that same argument can be applied to masks because the masks that we wear, we are not trained in wearing masks because they do no good. Cotton masks, bullshit masks that you put in your pocket that you've had for a month.
A month.
A year and a month at this time. Like they do no good, right?
Got my EDC
So-
right here.
Now,
In my
right, right. Now, I'm sure that mask is 0% effective
pocket. 100%.
because you're not trained in the use of a proper mask and how to like change out a new one every time you
Well,
fucking
all of us
wear it,
remember MOP
right?
4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember going through your training for MOP 4?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
decon,
Do you-
right? Yeah.
Well, no. Do you remember what they told you the efficacy rate of MOP 4 was? MOP 4. Now, Mikey, would you like to break down for the audience? Because we have a lot of civilian fans.
Sure.
MOP 4.
So,
pop quiz.
so you have mop levels.
What
Mop
is
level-
what's mop? Like a mop? Like a fucking clean
It's
shit?
MOPP.
It's MOPP, and it's help me out, Jazz.
I think it's military operational personal protection. I think is the MOP thing.
I think that's what it stands for.
Do you remember what it stands for?
No idea.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
why I asked.
It's our,
I think that's
it's our
what
NBC
Let's
shit.
ask
Yeah, it's your
Google.
nuclear, biological, chemical gear to protect you in case there's any
Yeah.
sort of
Anthrax,
threat.
mustard gas,
Yeah, whatever.
All that, right?
Fucking
viral,
nuke goes off.
whatever.
This piece of shit
We
plastic's supposed
we
to
rate
protect
MOP
me.
4 if we're going into an Ebola infested area.
Yeah.
You can wear MOP. So MOP 4 is
Mission-oriented protective posture.
There
there
it
you
is.
go. Mission
Yeah.
oriented.
So
You know,
mop 4.
level 1
So
through 4.
we'll go through mop levels. Mop 1 is just your mask. All right, you have your gas mask on. That's mop level 1.
I don't even think you have it on. I think you have it
I
on
think
you.
you have it
MOP
on
level
you.
1 is just readiness. So
Oh,
you,
yeah,
you have it
it's
in your pouch
it's
on your hip.
pouch on your hip. Yeah, yeah. Mop 2 is done and cleared.
Yeah.
Mop 3, I believe, is just the
It's that.
pants
It's,
and the
it's that and the
and the
hood.
hood.
Mop,
And then-
mop, here, I got it right here. Mop level 2 is your overgarment, mask carrier, field gear, and footwear covers are worn.
Oh, so it's the suit without the mask
and
on.
carried is your mask and your gloves.
Okay,
Mop level 3 is you're wearing your mask
that's what it is.
and everything except your gloves. Mop level 4
That's what
is,
it is.
is your gloves.
I knew the booties and the gloves
Right.
fit in there
You
somewhere.
know, it's funny. I've never done it in order. I've always put my mask on first and then figured the rest
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So MOP level 4 is all of it. You are maxed out.
Yeah.
As much protection equipment they can give you to handle like mustard gas, anthrax, Ebola, like
Fucking like
VX.
VX, sarin.
a
yeah.
nuke has gone off close. Like
Yeah.
so any of that kind of stuff. Do you remember what they told us the efficacy rate of your Mop 4 level gear was?
Was it like 40% or some shit?
80%.
Yeah.
80% with a dual canister gas mask is 80% effective. I hate to tell you this, but that Hello Kitty mask you picked up at Walmart because you thought it was super cute.
That ain't gonna do it.
My favorite is the mesh ones because I can't breathe in a real mask. So I'm just going to wear this because it checks the block. And nobody actually fucking cares if it works.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine that just wears beads.
That shit is
It's a
placebo.
mask that looks like beads. I know they do it because they don't want to wear a fucking mask. So they do it to be an asshole.
So,
but,
My still favorite one is that dude that had the freaking Buzz Lightyear helmet and he hit the button and the freaking dome fucking clicked into place. I was like, that shit's amazing.
Yeah. He's winning.
I've been flying a lot lately, whether it's domestic or international.
Sure.
And it is a federal law and it's international also that you have to wear a mask covering your nose and mouth on the plane.
Unless you're eating or drinking.
Which is awesome because they serve the entire plane at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
So the entire plane for like 10 minutes doesn't have masks on.
Correct.
What the fuck does the rest
And I
of
don't know
it
about
matter?
you. I've never made a little thing of trail mix last so fucking long.
Right.
I'm
I
like,
got a question for you.
But what does the rest of the flight matter when everybody takes their mask off
I'll
at
take
the
6
same
bites out of a
fucking
tiny
time?
pretzel
So
this
I'm
big.
That's like
getting-
giving Barney Fife the one bullet to put in his pocket.
I have
Right? It's the same thing.
I have a flight in like 10 days, 12 days, something like that. If before I fly, I threw, do you remember those awesome fucking suckers that you used to buy in high school for $1 from the cheerleading team?
Yeah,
They'd walk around, those fundraising ones that you can still get
sure.
that last like a fucking hour. If I put like 3 of those in my bag, get on the plane, pop that sucker in, I'm eating at that point, right?
Sure.
Can I just sit there and like watch my movie on my iPad and fucking eat my sucker for the next fucking 2 hours?
The pilots don't wear masks,
Because they're in their little locked cage up
but there's
front.
more than one of them.
Yeah.
So they should.
They're
have,
also
they
not
should-
6 feet apart.
but they should have to wear masks.
It's also all recirced air.
Yeah.
Well,
Everything on an aircraft is
especially
recirculated
especially
air.
now that they want people to wear masks that are vaccinated.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
But why do the pilots not have to wear a mask and everybody else has to? And it's federal law.
Because we don't want them to like hyperventilate and die.
But is there like an exemption in the federal law that says everybody on the airplane has to wear a mask, including the
Well, it's not federal
stewardesses?
law right now. It's
No, it
still,
is.
No,
like-
it's federal law.
It is.
It's
It
under-
is federal law that
Well,
on an airplane you
hasn't been
have to wear a
signed,
mask.
man. It's a
No.
safety.
Nope.
addendum,
That's why when you
isn't
get
it?
on the
It
plane,
is a
they do the
federal
whole
law.
like a federal law mandate
That's
that
why
you
they
will
raised
have
such a big stink about
mouth-
the assholes from Texas that flew down to DC and didn't wear any.
Yeah, they flew on that private jet and they were sitting there getting hammered and
and
freaking.
then infiltrated the
They
White
were,
House.
they
with
were eating
COVID.
and drinking.
So is the pilots eating? So the only reason that I say this is because I was sitting on the tarmac waiting to take off because we were delayed a little bit, and they had the cockpit door cracked open, and I was just close enough where I could see in, and the pilot leaned over to talk to the other pilot, right as he was about to key up the mic, and tell the whole plane what's going on, and he wasn't wearing a mask, so I took pictures of it,
Nice.
and I'm just like, bro. Like, I literally grabbed the stewardess and I'm like, hey, they're not wearing masks up there. You should probably go tell them. She's like, where? I'm like, in the cockpit.
What'd she say?
She just kind of like looked at me and walked.
Yeah.
Yeah, she never went and said anything to it, but it
Yeah,
was
of
just
course
like,
not.
dude, shut up.
That's because people like that, like stewardess and all that, they don't make these fucking rules.
No,
they don't
it's
give
not
a
their
fuck.
fault.
And they probably
And
hate him
trust
just
me-
as much as we
Trust
do.
yeah.
me,
The
that
flight
stewardess is
attendant we
spending
had-
8 to 10 hours a day on aircraft, walking around with that mask and dealing with a bunch of fucking people that are
Did
pissed
you
off
guys,
on these
did you guys
aircraft.
see the article about the dude that got duct taped to the fucking
Yes.
Shit,
That was
yeah.
so
Chick.
awesome.
'Cause he fucking
It was a
will-
chick.
Tried to throw hands.
No,
No, it was a
oh,
dude.
that was another
It was a
one,
dude.
yeah.
Oh.
This dude fucking, first of all, he grabbed a fucking stewardess's ass. Or no, he had an empty drink. Let me get this right. He had an empty drink and he rubbed it across her cheeks. Was like, I need another drink. Right? This dude was
Wow.
hammered. He was fucking hammered. And then he fucking like either commented or touched one of the other stewardesses' flight attendant's tits. He touched it. And then he fucking punched the male flight attendant that came up. He fucking punched him in the nose.
Holy
So they tackle this motherfucker and duct tape him to his fucking chair.
That's
Did you see
awesome.
the interview with the male flight attendant?
I saw the fake one. That was clearly getting made fun of when he was like, "Hold up, wait a minute,
No.
right." He was that guy.
No,
I
the
saw that
actual
one.
flight attendant that did it, and it was like, I am a flight attendant. I am here to attend flights.
I saw that one. The black
And
guy.
he was like,
He was
and,
funny.
and he was like,
Yeah, that's a fake one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's not the real guy. That's that dude. He does a lot.
dude,
of
I
those.
hope that was the fucking interview. Jesus. Because that dude was like, sometimes I have to attend to assholes. And I was like, it's fucking awesome.
I guarantee you the only reason that it's federal law you have to wear a mask on the plane
Yeah.
is because they made it a rule, tried to enforce it, and then had to physically arrest and remove people off the plane. And they were like, you know what? Fuck it. Just make it a law, and that way it's punishable by law.
Yeah.
And we don't have to put the fucking flight attendants at risk to try to maintain a bullshit
Well,
fucking standard.
That flight
Yeah.
attendant, when we flew to fucking Vegas or wherever the fuck we went last, she was like, "Yeah, we have to do it. It's
Yeah,
you know,
she's
we're,
like,
we're
"This
sorry."
sucks."
Yeah, I've talked to the flight attendants too. And if you're cool with them, they're super cool with you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and they're like, we know it sucks. But
Yeah,
it like
Yeah, they don't want to be doing it because they got to wear that shit all fucking day too.
that's why now I fly with a neck gaiter. It is so much more comfortable than
can't.
doing the
Yeah.
mask thing.
You can't.
I just did it.
Well, you're not-
My last flight, I wore a neck gaiter the whole fucking time.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let you do a neck gaiter.
No,
No. Last
No,
couple
they
flights that we did, they were
specifically
pulling people
no
aside and
neck
telling them
gaiter.
they can't wear it, and they got to put
Yeah.
hand them a
What?
mask.
yeah.
Dude, I wear mine. I'll show you exactly how I do it too. Because it's
Your
fucking
mask?
yeah, and it's fucking bullshit how I do it. So this nice mask here has two loops. So I
Yeah.
loop the top one over my head,
Yep.
and then I tuck this one under my beard.
That's brilliant.
It doesn't crease my fucking beard.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's loose as shit. I can breathe fine. It's like I found the loophole, fellas. One time, I've had one fucking hard-on fucking like door guy at the airport go like chase me down the fucking tube towards the plane and was like, "You need to put your mask all the way on." And I was like, "Okay." So I did it, and I get on the plane, and I was like, "Whoop whoop," and that was that.
Yeah, this whole mask thing is a fucking placebo effect.
100%.
It's we have absolutely no idea how to handle this thing, so fucking
Yeah.
wear a mask.
Yeah, basically, it's about right.
So
Well, fuck, boys. Whether you're masked up, not fucking vaccinated, not, we hope you're enjoying your fucking freedom. Yeah.
yeah, that's about it. I'll fucking raise my glass and say, hey, thanks for being my fucking freedom friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fuck you guys for handing me the scotch. It's horrible.
I didn't pour it.
You asked about it, man.
And all three, all were
Check
like,
out our
"It's good."
sponsors, warfightertobacco.com. Again, use that code FreedomFriends. Score yourself that sweet 15% off.
So
With that code FreedomFriends over there. And of course, our good buddies at owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Get yourself a quarter off your order over there. Smash all those buttons. Check out redactedsupply.com. It's a big fuck off button in the middle. It says Freedom Friends. You can buy our merch there. And really, you know, there's not very much else to say except three little pieces of advice that we like to live by.
which three?
I'll start it. I think the first one is smoke on.
And
John?
then drink on.
Oh yeah, Scott's got it. And
God damn it, boys.
James, why don't you hit him with the last one?
Freedom the fuck on.
Oh shit. See you later.